Hello, this video is the third one from a series of three about examples of workflows to manage georeference data with the Autodesk AEC collection, especially with InfraWorks, Civil 3D, and Revit. I am Vincent Fredon, Technical Specialist Autodesk for France, and the manipulations shown in those videos has been created with my colleague Stéphane Balmain, also Technical Specialist Autodesk for France. To illustrate manipulations, we have selected the example of the layout for a building on a parcel in its context. The main constraints are the correct building georeferencing, the topography with the dedicated platform, and the parcel positioning. The first video is about the creation of the existing context, adding the cadastral parcel, creation of the platform for the building, and creation of the resulting topography to use in InfraWorks and in Revit. In the second video, Stéphane explains how to link Revit to the topography and how to manage the building georeferencing. The video number 3 is about data aggregation in the InfraWorks context and how to enrich the proposal for a better rendering, facilitate communication, and increase stakeholder buy-in. What are the manipulations illustrated in this last video? This video is focused on InfraWorks. All the manipulations are made from an InfraWorks model created in Model Builder. The Model Builder use is illustrated in the video number 1 of the series. A new proposal will be added in the InfraWorks model. It's very useful to create options for the project. In the new proposal, we are going to replace the default ground surface with a more accurate one. The Civil 3D surface created in the video number 1 with the building platform will be added in the InfraWorks model. The georeferenced building will be imported in the context, and we will look at the final rendering after some improvements of the model with InfraWorks tools. This tutorial video begins with the InfraWorks model created with Model Builder in the video number 1. InfraWorks is not only for rendering, it's also a powerful tool to analyze the content and to create and edit entities. It's easy to turn on the contours with elevation values and check the topography. It's also possible to display the triangles to check the density of the points, which are the vertices of each triangle. In the project area, I know that the ground near the river is flatter than the ground from Model Builder, and I want to replace the ground surface with a more accurate one. I've downloaded free data from the French Geographic Institute. This kind of public data libraries exist in most of the countries and are very precious to improve InfraWorks context in each region in the world. Before the replacement of the ground surface, I create a new proposal. A proposal is a copy of all the model informations in the same database. This is very useful to do important manipulation, keeping a previous stage, for example, to create a site layout variant. The name of my proposal is 1 Topo BDLT 75 because it's the name of the ground data provided by the French Geographic Institute. A simple drag and drop manipulation of the ASC file is enough to add the new ground data to the data sources of the InfraWorks model. The data configuration step is mandatory each time new data is connected to a model. For this ground data, InfraWorks knows that this file format is for terrain definition, but I have to set the coordinate system, and after validation, the new ground entity is added to the InfraWorks model. The next step is to explain what's the nature of this terrain definition and what is its priority. Is it the topography or a subsurface layer? Is it the main ground for all the model or for a part of the model? All those settings are done with drag and drop and activation or deactivation in the Surface Layers panel. The result is a new ground for the model. The contours show that the elevation is more realistic on the area of the project and also along the river. We have now a more accurate context. We are going to add the Civil 3D surface of the project, which is the local ground, including the building platform. This surface has been created in the video number 1 and published for Stéphane on our shared BIM 360 project. After the creation of a new proposal called 2 Platform Civil 3D, I add the DWG file of the surface to the model data sources. For this manipulation, I can select local file, but also files shared on BIM 360. To stay connected with the centralized data, I navigate on my laptop in the BIM 360 folders to select the shared data. I select the final surface object among the Civil 3D surfaces to be added in InfraWorks. There is now another terrain definition in the model data sources list. Configuration step is very fast because nature of data and coordinate system are automatically set. In the Surface Layer panel, I keep active the existing ground and the Civil 3D surface, and I place the Civil 3D surface at the top of the list. InfraWorks will automatically merge those two surfaces, giving the priority to the Civil 3D one. The contours show clearly the shape of the platform and its elevation at 214 meters. Now we are going to add the cadastral parcel in the model and the building envelope created in the video number 1. The goal is to easily check that all the data are correctly georeferenced: the ground and the platform, the cadastral parcel, and the building envelope. It's the same drag and drop manipulation, but this time with SDF files created from Civil 3D in the video number 1. It could have been also SHP files, shape files. In the configuration panel, I select each time the nature of the entity I want to create from the data: a parcel and an easement. I can also select a specific style or keep the default one. All the entities produced for my project are correctly georeferenced: the parcel in the project area, the platform in the corner of the parcel, and the building envelope on the platform. Stéphane has finished his georeferencing manipulations on the Revit model and, using BIM 360, he sent me an alert to tell me that the last version of the Revit file is ready to be used in InfraWorks. The manipulations are detailed by Stéphane in the video number 2 of this series. Adding the Revit model of the building in the InfraWorks context is as easy as the previous manipulations. From the InfraWorks Data Sources panel, I select the Revit format and navigate in the BIM 360 folders on my laptop to select the file shared by Stéphane. A new building entity is added in the data sources list of the InfraWorks model. In the configuration panel, it's recommended to pre-visualize the Revit model to check that InfraWorks read it correctly. The specificity of this manipulation is that the Revit base point coordinates must be added manually to get the building modelization on the correct location. It's recommended to copy those informations from Revit on a Word file, for example, to be able to copy and paste faster. Information needed are X, Y, elevation, and rotation compared to north. After actualization, the building is generated in the context, and it is perfectly wedged with the envelope. That means that the Revit model coordinates are the good ones, and that there won't be any ambiguity about the localization of this building model and all the entities of the site layout in the BIM workflow for this project. This overview shows the evolution of the InfraWorks model from the first context creation to the full model we could show to our client or to the public. It shows also what is possible to add to a site layout with InfraWorks tools. Roads connection for access, parking, vegetation, floor material for each areas, etc. Each works phases could be aligned with specific proposal of the InfraWorks model to help the communication and to explain with visual support what will be the main works sequences. InfraWorks models can be shared on BIM 360 for collaborative workflows. Each proposal can be synchronized separately. It's possible to share tasks on different proposals with different members of a team or only for review with the project manager. It can be used also to share the result in view-only mode with the client or the public.